Good afternoon, everybody. So, at first, let's begin our bandhana. Ready? Everybody, close your eyes. You can sit down. Close your eyes. Go down a little bit. Join your hands and remember Guru, Saraswati, and Vidya. Ready? One, two, three, start. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shuklam Brahma Vichara Sara Parama, Adyam Jagat Vyapinim, Veena Pusakadharini Mavayanam, Jayandakara Haste Spatika Madhika Vidadati, Padmasane Samsitam, Vande Tam Parameswarim Bhagavatim, Buddhi Pradam Saradam, Achaurya Haryam, Acharaja Haryam, Navatri Vajyam, Varakari, Gare Vite Vardata Eva Nityam, Vidyadhanam Sarvadhanam Pradhanam, Vidyadhanam Sarvadhanam Pradhanam. Namaskar. Namaskar, everybody. Namaskar. So you are SE graduate 2082. Very less time is left. So today is 10th of Phalgun. You have already got the routine for SE 2082, right? Have you counted how many days are left? 1 month, 9 days. SE 130 days? No. Total 39 days? Yes, 39 days are there, right? So, this is it. And from today, we have started doing some next activity in Anupam, that is presentation from individual student of grade 10, right? So, smart school with smart whiteboard, and the time is already mentioned here, 3:35 p.m. English date 22nd February 2026, Sunday, and whiteboard. Now, it's not open? Oh, it's open. Alright. Duty chart is already prepared and already distributed. Now, let's welcome on the stage the first presentator, roll number 1, Miss Krijal Khanka. Give her a big round of applause. Topics, explanation.
To explain about scientific learning, which is first chapter, and discuss about scientific learning. So scientific learning is basically the process in which we learn about the natural phenomena around around us with the various states like observation, learning, hypothesis, experiment, and conclusion, and gain information. So first we have to discuss about variables. So variables are the quantity or any kind of physical factor that affects the experiment during its overall stages. And overall, there are three types of variables. There are independent, dependent, and control. So, independent variable is that we measure or observe in an experiment, and dependent variable is a control variable is next variable that we keep constant in an experiment, and dependent variable is what we observe in an experiment, whereas independent is one which we change during an experiment. And next we are going to discuss about units. So unit are the basically the smallest unit of any quantity which helps to recognize us about their physical quantity. And there are two types of unit. One is fundamental units. So fundamental units are those kind of units which cannot be break down into other types of unit or can be derived from another unit. There are total 7 fundamental units. They can be said as the fundamental quantity like time, length, and there is luminous intensity, candela, and overall there are 7. And derived quantity are those types of quantity which are derived from the fundamental quantity. For example, the unit of area meter square. So it is derived from the unit fundamental unit length, that is meter. Derived units, there are many more derived units like ohm, force, and many more, but there are only 7 fundamental units. And at last, we can discuss about unit-wise analysis of an equation. So, in an equation, there are two parts, that is LHS and RHS. In unit-wise analysis, we check that both the LHS and right-hand side contains the same unit or not. So, if it contains, the equation can be said as valid, and if it does not contain the same units as in both sides, then it can be told as it is not valid equation. So in this way, chapter 1 is one can describe in brief. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Visual Kharkar. So her presentation was about the chapter scientific learning. So without wasting time, let's welcome on the stage roll number 2, Nina Gubaju. What was it, Amala?
We are here to explain about classification of organisms. The process of classifying organisms on the basis of their similarities and dissimilarities is known as classification of organisms. In this lesson, there is classification of kingdom Plantae and Animalia. Mainly, in this lesson, it is explained about Plantae, which is classified into three divisions: algae, bryophyta, and tetraphyta. Algae is a simple thalloid photosynthetic plant, while bryophyta is also known as amphibian plant because it needs water for its reproduction, while Tracheophyta is subdivided into Pteridophyta, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. As a Pteridophyta is also known as plants, which looks like feather, or it has feather-like structure such as fur. And next is gymnosperm, which has naked seed, and then angiosperm with a seeds enclosed inside of enclosed seed. Angiosperms are also classified into two subdivisions. It is known as monocotyledon and dicotyledon. Monocotyledon are those plants which have single coat inside its seed, while dicot are those plants having seed with
two pods inside its seeds. And next solid is our kingdom Animalia. Uh, Animalia is divided into different phylums. They are Polyphera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Nemathelminthes, uh, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, and Chordata. While Chordata is also divided into different divisions, they are Hemichordata, Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and vertebrates. And vertebrates are subdivided into its classes. They are Pisces. Pisces, which especially belongs to that kind of animals which live in water and is polythermic or simply cold-blooded animals. And next is amphibia. Amphibians are those animals which live on both land and in water. And next is aves. Aves are Aves are those animals which have strong feathers and are able to fly and is warm-blooded. And next is reptilia. Reptilia are those animal kingdom which crawl in ground. Especially it consists of crocodile, snake, and so on. And the last one is mammalia. Mammalia are simply warm-blooded animals which which directly give birth to its offspring. We human also belong to this class, and in here we also have the portion about classification of living organisms and its relation to evolution. Saying this much, I like to conclude my brief explanation on this chapter. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, without wasting time, let's welcome on the stage roll number 3. Roll number 3 is Nistara Sai. Give her a big round of applause.
Honeybee as social insects. They tend to live in a colony. Honeybee as busiest and hardworking insect in the society. The story of honeybee is known as apiology. The bee farming is known as apiculture. There are classification of honeybees, kingdom Animalia, and phylum is Orthopoda, class is insect, and gene is Apis. The external structure of the honeybee is usually divided into 3 parts: head, thorax, and abdomen. In head part, especially they contain compound eyes and mouth part and antenna. Types of honeybee. There are mainly 3 types of honeybee. They are queen, drone, and worker bee. In queen is the only honeybee in the hive to give a egg. It is the she is produced from fertile eggs. Queen bee mainly contain 16 chromosomes, 32 chromosomes, and drone bee are the largest bee in the hive. They are usually produced from parthenogenesis process. They contain 16 chromosomes, and the worker bee are hardworking and is hardworking bee in the hive. They also contain 32 chromosomes. They are the bee who collect nectar in the hive. Life process of honeybee. There are usually four types of life process of bee. There are first one is egg, and after that larva, pupa, and adult. There are some importance of honey also. Economic importance, like they have to gain international currency by the use of by the product of honey. They help to reduce the fat, and they are more beneficial for the health. And these are the portion of honey. Thank you and have a good
Thank you very much, Miss. Miss Sarah. Now the turn of our next presentator, Master Anmol Adhikari.
Now I'm discuss about chapter 3. There are some major topics like cell division. Cell division is the process in which a single cell is divided into two or more cells, and their types is meiosis and mitosis. Their significance also. Meiosis is defined as the cell which is transferred from one molecule into four haploid cells, and its significance is it is used in evolution, and it is help in the occurrence of genetic changes or mutation also. And their meiosis is the type of cell division in which the single cell is transferred from one cell to two different cells with equal number of chromosomes in the mother cells. And there are its significance is it is used by unicellular organism for the sexual reproduction. And DNA means double stranded molecule which carries genetic information from parents to the offspring. It is double stranded, and its full form is deoxyribonucleic acid, and RNA full form is ribonucleic acid, and it is single stranded, and it transfers DNA characters from parents to the offspring. And genes are the molecule which is present in the human body, which transfers some information from parents to the offspring. And chromosome are the little thread-like structure which is present in the nucleus of the cell, and it is made by DNA and protein. And there are some heredity chapter like Mendel's he is known as the father of heredity, and he used pea plants because for his experiment. He used pea plant because of the following ways. Because pea plant have many pea plant can be grown. It is easy to handle, and it can be grown anywhere. It have many offspring, then we can get many breedings, and it can be grow in any time of the year. And there are some genes are the branch of science which deals about the heredity is from genetic. And AI is known as artificial insemination, which is done in organism in rural areas for the beneficial purpose. Also, it is used for getting new organisms by selective breeding. And IVF is used in human beings like in vitro fertilization for growing healthy babies for next after generation. And there are monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. Monohybrid cross is a cross in which only one character is only one unit character is expressed, and there are dominant character and recessive character. Dominant character is a character which can show them in the cross, and recessive character are present but they cannot. They are hidden in the cross. And monohybrid, they are very useful. And thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. So, roll number 4 completed, right? Now it's the turn of roll number 5. Roll number 5, Master Sushil Chan. Let's keep that inside.
My chapter is individual structure and life process. And first topic is blood. Blood is fluid connective tissue that contains 55% of plasma and 45% of blood cells. Plasma helps to regulate the blood and also regulate the blood in human body and maintain the amount of sugar and salt in human body. Then and blood cells. Blood cells are categorized into three types: red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Red blood cells are circular, biconcave, and red in color, and the one substance called hemoglobin is present in red blood cells, which makes the blood red. If the amount of hemoglobin decreases in blood, then anemia, the disease anemia is caused. White blood cells are irregular and colorless, and they contain nuclei, but they doesn't contain hemoglobin in them, so they are not red in color. And next one is platelets. Platelets are types of blood cells. Next one is next topic is human heart. Human heart is important organ of human body, which is divided into four chambers. Right ventricle, left ventricle, right auricle, and left auricle. Blood circulation is divided into two types: pulmonary and systemic. Pulmonary circulation is circulation of blood between heart and lungs, and systemic circulation is the circulation of blood between heart and other parts of body except lungs. And some diseases are caused in human circulation system, like diabetes, blood pressure, and heart attack. This is the short explanation about this chapter.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, very hard. That's right. So, later it will be a longer one. Longer will be the presentation of your slide. Understood or not? What slide you have just submitted earlier? Your turn will come. Now it's the time of roll number 6. Miss Desara Bandari, give her a big round of applause. Also, you can draw some diagrams, alright?
Nature is the sum of the all living and non-living matters that exist in the universe. And the environment is the living and non-living beings around us. Climate change is varying in the environmental conditions that effects on the climate change weather pattern of the planets, and its causes is there are two causes. They are natural and artificial causes. Natural causes are change in radiation of the solar system, volcanic eruption, reduction of the radiation in the solar activities, effects and the control measures to effects of the climate change are rising in the sea levels, in danger of the biodiversity, effects on the human health, and to control this all, we should do afforestation. We can provide public awareness. Endangered animal are the animals which are not existing, which are in danger, and rare animal are those type of animals which are found less in amount. To control the endangered animals, we should do public awareness. We should ban the illegal poaching and hunting. And endangered plants are plants medicinal plants are the plants which contain medical properties. They are used as a medicine. Thank you, and I will take you.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Desara Bhandari. So till now, 6 chapters are completed. Could you remember what are 6 chapters? Number 1, line 2, chapter 2, classification of living beings, organisms. Third, living animal. heredity. Next one.
Physiological structure.
Physiological structure and life process. Last one is natural. These six completed. Now, without wasting time, let's welcome on the stage seventh roll number wala Deepak Bora.
The chapter is chapter 7 and force and motion. Under this chapter there are many headings. Mainly I am going to discuss about gravitation, universal law of gravitation and universal gravitation constant G, and there are many other like free falls, weightlessness and many more. And first one is gravitation. In the before 16th century it was believed that the Earth was considered to be the center of the solar system, and other heavenly body were planets, satellites, and other bodies were revolves around the Earth. And this theory is called heliocentric theory. And in 16th century, it was 16th century. The sun assumed to be the center of the solar system, and other planets were revolves around the sun, and this theory is called heliocentric theory. And afterwards, Newton propounded the theory, and he founded that Earth attract every object toward the center, and when a body is released from the height, it falls toward the center. It's because of force of attraction of the Earth. And a universal law of gravitation, and this we can calculate by using formula F is equals to G times m1 into m2 by d square. And we can then if this we can this state that everybody in the universe attracts which is other, and with the force that's directly proportional to its mass of the product of the mass, and inversely proportional to its distance between their bodies. And it's having a universal gravitation constant G, and this we can calculate by using formula G is equals to F into d square by m1 into m2, and its value is value is 6.67 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square kg minus 2. And next heading is that next heading is free fall. When a body is freely falls toward the center and with the under the influence of gravity and the motion of, it's called free fall. And last chapter heading is weightlessness. And weightlessness is the condition where our body feels having a zero weight. And by saying this much, I would like to give you my short presentation, and thank you and have a nice
Master Deepak Bora. And today's last presenter is roll number 8. Roll number 8. Miss Nikisa Manandar. Give her a big round of applause. She is going to present 8th chapter, right?
Yes, sir.
that I got is pressure. Pressure is all matters give pressure, and pressure is the perpendicular force applied on per unit area of any surface. And the next topic is the Pascal's law. Pascal's law states that when you press on a liquid in a closed space, the pressure is spread out equally in all directions. And the applications of Pascal's law is hydraulic press and hydraulic brake. The next topic is upthrust. Upthrust states that when a body is partially or wholly immersed in a fluid, the force act on it by the fluid is called upthrust, and the applications of the upthrust are swimming and balloons. And the next topic is Archimedes' principle. It states that when a body is partially or wholly immersed in a fluid, it experiences an upthrust, and which is equal to the amount of the weight of liquid is like it.
Today is the first days of presentation. That's why still how many? 14 students are left, right? So tomorrow from roll number 9 we'll just continue. Today, minor discussion of first 8 chapters. What is the first chapter? Cloning. Second chapter? Classification of organisms. Fourth chapter? Honeybee. Fourth chapter? ADT. Fifth chapter? Physiological structure and life process. Sixth chapter? Natural environment. Seventh chapter? And eighth chapter? So ninth chapter, I think that is it, right? So from tomorrow, the roll number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Now their turn will come. That is discussion. Now some tasks will be given based on these 8 topics. Minimum 8 questions will be given. 1 question from 1 topic. Are you ready? Okay, please be ready.